Jazz, a uniquely American art form.
Doesn't matter where you're born, or the color of your skin, or how you worship. Through our instruments and songs, musicians of all ages tell stories bursting with passion about every conceivable subject.
That is jazz legend Herbie Hancock at the United Nations on the first International Jazz Day, April 30th, 2012. The now 85-year-old maestro led the charge to create International Jazz Day with the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO. Musicians and fans worldwide have celebrated jazz every April 30th for 13 years. But in our region, you'll have to head south to Tijuana to participate. There are no official International Jazz Day events in San Diego. But that's okay, because Tijuana has its own rhythm and deep connection to jazz.
We can see Herbie Hancock, we can see Wayne Shorter, Tony Williams, and Bill Plummer.
Jazz royalty in Tijuana in 1966. Arturo Arizon, a self-appointed Tijuana historian, shows off his tome, a book he self-published called Tijuana, 100 años de música. Tijuana's connection to jazz doesn't start there. For that, you have to go back more than a century to the early days of jazz itself. Ferdinand Joseph Lamotte, better known as Jelly Roll Morton, worked in Tijuana from 1917 to 1922, according to Arizon, at a bar called the Kansas City Bar, where he's thought to have composed his hit, Kansas City Stomp.
Here's Jelly Roll Morton's visa to work in Mexico.
Decades later, another icon found inspiration in Tijuana. Arizon says world-famous composer and bassist Charles Mingus was going through some hard times and spent a month in the Mexican city. The city inspired him.
And he spent a full month in Tijuana getting drunk. Yeah. I'm telling you, not only, but he listened to the mariachi bands and he listened to the bands in Mike's and other places. And he recorded songs like Isabel at the Table. The mariachis. And The Gift, in Spanish, Los Regalos. And then he says that's the best record he's ever made.
Another Tijuana bassist making waves, Marco Renteria, plays bass in the world-famous rock band Caifanes. But he loves jazz too. Renteria is humbled when anyone calls him a jazz musician.
For me to be able to call myself a jazz player, I have to be able to live in New York and play any standard in any key and any time and any odd meter. That's the level there.
Renteria is playing at the Museo del Taco for International Jazz Day.
Let this be a tribute for the people who dream.
That's Natalia Velasquez, head of the Tijuana Jazz Society. Velasquez says she organized the concerts, jam session, and master classes to pay tribute to the genre and city she loves.
It's such a good and rewarding thing for myself to be able to say, I love my job.
Renteria says Tijuana is full of brilliant musicians ready to soak up new music.
The people here is hungry to listen to different music, and they're really respectful. I have a lot of friends here that are really, really talented.
If you can't cross the border but still want to enjoy Jazz Day in Tijuana, the April 26th concert will be live streamed on ojazz.tv. Whether you're in the crowd or watching from home, International Jazz Day is a chance to celebrate music that crosses borders and brings people together. Matthew Bowler, KPBS News.